on Mountain News this morning, a Pulaski County man accused of murdering his neighbor appeared in court. And Diabetes Connection, a monthly support program, wrapped up its final meeting of the year. We have those details.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller, here with you on this Friday, December 5th. The time is now 5:30, which means it's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Desmond for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, all week it has just been absolutely frigid, and when I got out to my car today, I realized I've not had this car in the snow yet, and so I have no idea where my snow brush is. So we might have used the windshield wipers.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have some spare YMT scrapers. I'll find one and give it to you.
Appreciate it.
You're definitely going to need that this morning as we are seeing some of that snow moving around the region, and those chilly temperatures are in fact still very much in play this morning. Upper 20s and low 30s for most. Now, as we head into the afternoon, we will see temperatures above freezing in a mixture of the mid to upper 30s for our far northern counties and the upper 30s and low 40s for our more southern counties, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Here's a look at that current satellite and radar. As you can see, still dealing with a mixture of some wintry mix, snow and rain this morning, so be careful out on those roadways as you are starting off your Friday. High temperatures for the day will be around 4 p.m. and we'll see those snow and wintry mix chances clearing out by about 11 o'clock. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. One person was involved in a crash in Knott County. The one vehicle crash happened just before 3 a.m. on Kentucky 80 in the Bearville area. We are told a man was driving a white passenger vehicle when he hit a rock slide. The driver was taken to Hazard ARH to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. His name was not released. The rock slide closed the westbound portion of the road, but it's since reopened. Several Harlan County fire departments were called to the old Hall High School gym yesterday morning as neighbors witnessed the historic building go up in flames. Folks say the building was abandoned for several years and it was not part of the nearby Appalachian Challenge Academy. No injuries were reported and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Several people told us the gym was more than just a building and is associated with good memories for generations of families. A Pulaski County man accused of murdering his neighbor appeared in court yesterday where he pleaded not guilty. James Gleason appeared in court virtually where his attorney on Gleason's behalf asked for a mental evaluation due to concerns of schizophrenia. Police say Gleason killed his neighbor, 39-year-old Adam Rourke, outside his Somerset home back on October 8th. Rourke's family says they had numerous problems with Gleason and even felt like a prisoner in their own home.
There's 400 pages of 911 calls. We've reached out to the family multiple times. I have a billion text messages between us and the family and anybody else that we could possibly try and reach out to and get help, and they just left him alone with guns out.
James Gleason will be back in court on March 5th for a pretrial conference. Attorneys for the man charged with murder in the Amber Spradlin case are asking for his bond to be reduced again. After being requested to meet a $1 million property bond, M.K. McKinney's defense team says they would have to put up $2 million worth of real property. Attorney Steve Ramos argues they do not have that. So the request they filed was to either have a $500,000 cash bond or for the court to allow them to post only $1 million worth of real property and the $400,000 in cash. MK, along with his father, Dr. Michael McKinney, and Josh Mullins are expected back in court for a pretrial conference in February. One Jackson County man was arrested after police say he stole another man's truck in Clay County. The incident happened in November at a home in Manchester. The man told 52-year-old Jonathan Brumley of Annville had stolen his truck and also hit him in the head with a pistol. Nearly 2 weeks later, police came into contact with Brumley before he was arrested. Police also found Brumley with what they believed was meth when they charged him. A Pikeville man appeared in court yesterday in connection to a murder that took place earlier this year. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest on that.
Brandon Blackburn was arrested in September following the murder of 45-year-old Brent Wooten, who was found dead March 1st in the Hellier community of Pike County.
Brandon Blackburn is a defendant who has been indicted and charged with the murder.
Thursday's informal hearing brought the judge and attorneys together to discuss the status of the case. But Commonwealth's attorney Bill Sloan says the evidence is still being processed to get things in place.
Anytime we have DNA involved in a case, it delays it. It takes time. There are some things that the lab has now that they are processing. So at this time, we don't know how quickly they'll get done.
Sloan says Wooten's family has been involved in the discussions.
As always, in any case we have, that there's victims or family of victims involved, and then we're keeping them informed.
They were in the courtroom Thursday, where an exchange took place between Wooten's brother and Blackburn's family.
Thank y'all. Do you remember what he just said?
I did not.
He said I should be able to shoot people like they did my brother. That right there on the end.
You're supposed to have your head on anyway. Oh, yeah. Did you say that, sir? No.
Yes, he did.
Did you ever say that?
Well, I'm going to have to pull the camera.
Pull it, please.
The brother was escorted out of the room for a while, then returned before the family met with the Commonwealth to hear where the case stands.
We set another pretrial in February, so in February we'll take another look at it and see if we're getting close to being able to set this for a trial.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Even through the outbursts, Wooten's family sat united, wearing shirts that read, "Justice for Brent." One Pike County man is in jail after he was accused of stalking a minor. Deputies with the sheriff's office arrested Joseph Newcomb Wednesday after serving an arrest warrant in connection to an incident investigators say took place back in May at the South Williamson McDonald's. In a statement, the department says Newcomb followed the minor into the bathroom stall and exposed himself. Newcomb was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. A Woodford County couple is enhancing public safety, one barricade at a time. Cheryl and Larry Nelson donated money to the city, allowing them to buy mobile barricades and celebrate the holidays safely. The bright yellow barricades are 800 pounds and can stop a 2,000-pound vehicle from driving through a blocked-off area. Emergency management is using them throughout the county as a public safety tool to their mobility. Due to nationwide incidents, the Central Kentucky government is rethinking pedestrian safety and attempting to prevent accidents.
We have seen a history of vehicles being used as weapons. You always have to be prepared for worst case scenarios, and these help us do that.
Woodford County's emergency management department hopes to partner with other cities and counties to purchase additional units and maximize their impact. As we get closer to winter, cold temperatures may leave some people feeling down. December is National Seasonal Affective Disorder Awareness Month, and providers at primary care centers of Eastern Kentucky want to spread awareness. WYMT's Neely Green has more.
For some folks, wintertime means holiday cheer, and for others, it means they are suffering a case of seasonal blues.
Seasonal affective disorder, or SAD as it's abbreviated, so it's similar to depression in that it's more prevalent in the late fall, the winter months, when we have shorter days and there's not as much daytime hours through the day.
Family and psychiatric nurse practitioner Amy Thomas says because of the cold weather and shorter days, some folks can feel down because they're not able to do the daily things they would do in warmer months.
We find that depressive symptoms come about during that time, and there can be feelings of lack of motivation, that decreased energy, feeling down, depressed, and just not able to do those activities that one normally does.
Thomas says there are options for treatment. You can seek medical management options or therapy, and if those feel too intimidating, there are some other options to help you through the tough times.
Doing things during the day outside, that can be really helpful. Enjoying that daylight on pretty days, getting exercise exercise, walking, and just trying to keep like a regular diet and exercise and trying to modify that during that time. Those are some things that can help to offset those symptoms.
Thomas says it is important to spread awareness because you never know who may be struggling, and she has a message for those experiencing the disorder.
It's okay to reach out. A lot of people are hesitant to be open to discuss those type of feelings, but I think it's important for people to know that it is okay to reach out for help and that we all have moments of struggle.
Thomas says at primary care centers of Eastern Kentucky, they have family practice providers and behavioral health providers that would be happy to help those struggling. In Letcher County, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
Thomas says if you are struggling with seasonal affective disorder, you can visit your local clinic or reach out to the 988 crisis hotline. Diabetes Connection, a monthly support program led by ARH and the UK Extension Office, wrapped up its final meeting of the year in Leslie County. The workshops give people living with diabetes practical strategies, cooking demonstrations, and a chance to learn directly from health professionals. Organizers say the goal is to fill gaps that traditional appointments can't always cover.
You can go to the doctor and you can get your medication, but the doctor is probably not going to have time to talk to you about your daily habits and how those factor into managing your diabetes.
The program will resume its monthly sessions in January with in-person meetings across 9 locations and a Zoom option for those who need it. Several holiday traditions are returning to Louisville this week. Starting today, A Christmas Carol is back at Actors Theater after being away for years. A timeless classic is based on Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol. It follows the tale of Ebenezer Scrooge, who's visited by 3 ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. You can find it at the Pamela Brown Auditorium from today until December 21st. It was last on stage in Louisville back in 2019.
Yeah, so this is an adaptation that it's our first time producing, written by Lavina Jadwani, and it is very faithful to the Dickens text, about 98% straight from the novella. And what we love about this adaptation is that Lavina expressed to us that this story is a carol that takes a community to sing and that we sing every year as a tradition. So instead of what some versions have where you have a single narrator or perhaps Dickens himself is narrating, this is an ensemble-based production.
For anyone interested in heading to Louisville, tickets are on sale right now and they start at $30. Coming up, a Lady Gaga hit is named Rolling Stone's top song of 2025. We'll tell you which one in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And do you have any weekend plans? I'll tell you what you need to expect coming up.